Right. Hello, everyone. I'm in my college dorm in UMass Amherst because I made a community post that I graduated from community college, got my associates, and I'm moving to a university. So here in my college dorm, it's a single room, so it's not tiny, it's not huge either, but got my own space. And because I'm here, that means I can't really make a video of the normal formatting I use when I make my birthday videos, which is just me streaming, playing the game, or some other thing. Usually Cartoonival because it comes out at the same time. I can't get OBS to work on my Mac laptop. I can get to record the screen. I can't get it to get any audio. I've tried in the past. It hasn't been working out with me. So what I decided to do instead is just maybe like some sort of update of me being in this dorm, because this is my first semester in a dorm, living away from home. And I thought this could work as a birthday video, I suppose. I'm actually recording this on almost midnight, September 18th, which and my birthday isn't until Tuesday, September 23rd. But I'm planning on recording this through multiple days because I didn't want to do it all in one day. The reason I decided to restart recording now is because something actually happened on Toontown that I would not be able to recreate, that I guess I'll show you guys right now. It's the day before Cartoonival, but look at this. I managed to get one of my tunes in Cartoonival a day early. I did not do this intentionally. This tune, basically, I hadn't logged on to this tune in a year, so she was still in Cartoonival. And if you have a tune who is in Cartoonival after it's ended, it just teleports them out. I logged in and out of them a couple times just because I wanted to play around with screenshotting where she ends up and everything. And somehow, just for some reason, the game lagged or something, or the server must have lagged or something, and it didn't teleport her out after one of the attempts. I tried to manually lag my computer by turning off Wi-Fi and everything. I think the server just had an issue and just stalled for a second, and so it didn't teleport her out. Now I get to explore cartoon. Oh yeah, and the music works too. I didn't turn that on. All the activities are disabled though. As you can see, music's still on. Okay. None of the NPCs are there. The tower is still closed. It's still locked like how it was in the first year when it was still called Toonfest. Duck tank is empty. This is the neutral state of the duck tank. If you did that one glitch many years ago to see the duck tank, I think you would see it like this. The target's just not there. The target's there, but it's not doing anything. Again, no NPCs, no activities, no cannons, no trampolines. You go through the tables, both the picnic ones and the minigame ones. You go through. Only thing you can really do is just watch the confetti come down because the confetti is always here. Run on the geometry, like the Cartoonival tower. I don't think there's a way to get inside. I think this version of the Cartoonival tower with the close has collision all the way through the inside, so even if you manage to get inside, it's not going to work. I went over to Riggy's house. I'm not sure if this is an issue with Mac, but if you look over there, whoops, here, hold on. You can see Riggy's house with the bow tie and everything. His bow tie is white. I don't know if that's an issue on Mac or if just maybe Cartoonival not being accessible right now. Or maybe a recent update literally made it so the bow tie just broke or something. But anyway, you might be wondering, what happens if I try to teleport it to here with another tune? It's kind of anticlimactic, really. It treats you like it normally does, it just immediately teleports you back out. Just like if you had a tune who was here before it closed, and you try to log back in, and it teleports them back out. The only thing that really, I guess, works, if you want to call it working, is the ripples in the water. You can't even fish, you can't use the tables, you can't use any activities. You can climb on the geometry, and you can make ripples in the water, and that's the only thing you can do. You can also see the weird bow tie on Riggy's mailbox. I've tried multiple times to see if I can get Jake over there, because he actually has friends, and I can tell my friends to teleport to me, but I couldn't get it to work. I tried everything I could, tried disabling my Wi-Fi, trying to lag the game or something. Nothing I could do work. Even if I tried to freeze the window, he still teleports on the other person's screen. So I can freeze the game before he teleports away. I can keep it like that for a bit. You can see that he's like still standing there on the left screen, but as soon as I let go of it, it updates and he teleports away. So I think mainly this isn't really something you can control. It's just a random glitch that happens if the server stalls. It's sort of like that when a long time ago there was a glitch in the golf course where the first room would just follow you everywhere. It wouldn't unload correctly. It would follow you everywhere. I think this is due to just the server having a moment at the exact moment that you tried to go to the tunnel, and it doesn't unload. So I don't think there's any way you can really recreate this, but I think it's pretty cool that you can that like if you have a Toon who is still in Cartoonival after it ends, you can just try over and over again. Maybe you can get lucky with the server not responding, and you get stuck in there. I'm not going to try to switch district. I guess I could try to switch district, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, actually, I shouldn't do that. If I try to switch districts, it'll probably just do what it normally does and teleport me back out when I get here, so. Okay, I guess another thing we can note is that both the sun and the moon are present in the same spot, and there's no day and night cycle. I think the reason that you can see both the sun and the moon is because there is no day and night cycle. Yeah, so there's no day and night cycle. The sun and the moon just can't move to where they're supposed to be, and so they just default to the default position, I guess. That's the only reason why I wanted to record this today instead. I was going to do it on like Sunday or something, but because this happened, I wanted to start here. But anyway, that's probably all I'm going to do for today, and I'll make another one maybe tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, put it all together, upload it. Probably won't upload on my birthday, but something like that. I'll probably do a quick tour of my dorm room. Literally just like turn 360 degrees really slowly because it's such a small room, there's nowhere for me to walk. Maybe I'll do a tour of like the hallway and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, so this is college life for me. Okay, this is day 2 of Cartoonival. As you can see, it's September 20th, so it's only the day after it started. And look at this, I already have max tokens. We can make it a little louder. Yep, max tokens. If you don't believe me, I can also go ahead and very quickly go to a district. Presumably it's some kind of district that doesn't have a lot of people in it. It's like a child's one. Just very quickly hop on a cannon and hit a cloud. There. Yep, there it is. Max tokens. You can also get a screenshot of that, I guess. Actually, okay. I'll screenshot that later. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, didn't take long. You spam the token tasks. Which I have some completed already too, so yeah. Very easy to max out tokens with the token tasks. If you don't have 3 task slots, then I guess you'll have to stick to the duck tank, which takes twice as long, but it's still good. Hey, Ellen, Riggy. It's almost time. 1 minute. There it is. I'm now 22 years old. Both Riggy and I are here to celebrate it. Ready to partay at the Cartoonival. Yep. Definitely a good occasion to partay, as he says. Now, if only I could like say something on speed chat or something, because I can't, you know, I can't use regular chat because I'm muted. To just shout, "Hey, I'm older now." But yeah, you know, tomorrow, or I suppose later today, if you can, since it's technically tomorrow now, I will do more stuff with this. I did say that since it's Tuesday, it's my busiest day, I might not do anything, but I do think I'll actually do like a tour. I do have a, something planned to do with a friend of mine, which I'll do. Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. That's a good question. I think he does. So, yeah. I am 22 now. Wait, I'm in a place for that. There we go. No hat this time. But yeah, 22 now. So I'll do a bigger face video, you know, later today. Same video, but like, for me it'd be later today. So I'll see you then. Okay, so I'll just do like a quick 360 around the room because it's small enough that I don't really have to move around very much. So here's the desk, the window there. The bed was actually over here when I first moved in, but we moved it over here because we thought it fits better with the alcove there, and I can look out the window with my desk when I'm working at my desk. And it's pretty well with the door. That's good. And a poster of Neil deGrasse Tyson because I'm studying astrophysics. Snack drawer there. The micro fridge. I don't have anything in it other than this ice cream that I got from the dining hall that I decided to bring back. Still make probably not gonna use it for anything else. And the microwave here. I do have some ramen bowls and mac and cheese in that snack drawer. I could probably mix them. And then, yeah, coat closet stuff, toiletry stuff, you know. Mirror there. It was actually supposed to be hung here, but it was so heavy that the supports fell off and the mirror fell. Oh, actually, the mirror was supposed to be in here. We like put some tape here, you can see, but it was too heavy that the tape fell off, and it made a sound when it fell. I wasn't sure what that was. I opened it, and it turns out the mirror fell. So I'll just leave it there. That's a good spot too. It does get hot in here sometimes, so I have 2 fans in here, as you can see. And yeah, that's my room. Here, not anything too special really. Just your average single dorm room. I have this here from my ID. It tells people that I'm a student here. Of course, my room key. I put it around my neck so that I always know where it is, and I never lose it. Because if it's always around my neck, I'll never lose it. The only time it's not around my neck is when I'm in my room. It's the only time I not have it with me. Even if I like leave my room to leave it unlocked, and I leave it unlocked, I still have to bring it with me because it's my ID. And also the suite, I need my ID. I need my ID card to get into the suite. So yeah, it's not like So this is my room. But as you can see, it's not your average hallway where it's just a hallway with a bunch of rooms in it. So I'll have to take this because I'm going to step outside. It's like here, I'll show you. It's sort of like that kind of idea where like it's a hallway. It's not straight. There's some turns. The turn here is mainly for the elevator, I guess. The rest of it is a long hallway. So yeah, it's similar to that, but instead of it just being separate rooms for each door actually leads to a suite that has like 5 rooms in it. So all of us, yeah, all of us have our own space here. So the suites aren't like huge, you know. It's like a U shape with a bathroom over there and a common area over here. Okay, the couches and the table came with it. That's my chair, and that's a lamp I brought. I have someone else set it up, I guess. And an ironing board, I guess. I think that came with it as well. So I mean, it's cool. It's definitely better than just a hallway full of dorm rooms. But like not like it's like a mansion either, you know. Here's Flippy here. I bring him with me to all my classes, everywhere I go on campus. If I don't bring my backpack with me, if I'm going somewhere on campus, I don't bring my backpack. I just take him out of the bag and I bring him with me in my hands. And of course, we have Duck Shuffler here too. I don't take him out as much. I don't like bring. He still is with me wherever I bring the backpack, but I don't take him out of the bag. So only Flippy gets that privilege. There's actually no air conditioning in the residence halls, which is why fans are pretty important, especially during the warmer days. Like earlier, like the very beginning of the first semester and the very end of the second semester really is when they're needed. There is heating, so I don't need to worry about that, but there's no air conditioning. So these fans are very important. And if I live here I don't think I'm gonna live here over summer during any year, so it will be that important. For most of the time, it's gonna be more cold with the heating coming through than it will be hot outside and me having to turn the fans on. But even then it could get too cold in here or too hot in here. So they're pretty loud. Like, listen to this. What's interesting though is that I sleep fine with this noise. Some people might find it annoying, too loud. I sleep fine with it. Honestly, I've slept more nights with it on than I have slept with it off. So it's not actually that bad. It's like I just tuned it out. Completely normal. I can understand why someone might not enjoy this kind of noise. I think my room's like the only one with these fans that they're not on constantly, but sometimes I leave the room with them on purpose, and I think I'm the only person in the suite who actually does that. So, especially because I like to leave my door open when I'm in here, and the fans are on sometimes still. It does put some noise into the hallway. Not most annoying noise, but still it does put some noise in there. You know what I love most about this hallway? These characters look familiar at all? I immediately recognized them with a second of seeing them. Over here too. Any of them look familiar? Yeah, in case you couldn't guess it. These are characters from the, I can't remember what channel it was on, but it's from a cartoon called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It's been so long since I've had any reference to that show at all, and then I come here and I see a board full of the characters. I remember most of the names too. And not hers. Louise, Eduardo, Coco, Blue. I said some of them, not all of them, so. There's Cheese, I forgot his name, I'm sure I can just look it up. I think that's Frankie and that's Mac, so. I mean, this building is exclusively for transfer students, first year transfer students, I believe. So the expectation is that this would be your first time at this college. So, naturally it's gonna be a lot of informational boards and some fun stuff here, so. And I can imagine the other buildings, even if they're not for transfer students, have some stuff in there too that are fun like that. Have different theming. This one doesn't have anything related to Foster's. It's just some other board. Flippy likes the view. Say hi. Hiya. This is one of the few friends on campus I have that I actually regularly talk to.
Happy birthday, Leah!
Thank you.
Woo! Hell yeah.
It's really nice. Really nice area outside here.
Yeah, it's fun. You gotta go hiking though.
Yeah, there's a trail down there I wanted to walk down a bit. Flippy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, I am Yuma Shabiro. Are you supposed to do that? I don't know. This is our building, Sylvan.
Yes.
For the transfer students. And, I don't know, very lucky, I'm very happy to be here. And with this wonderful scenery. And maybe, I don't know, you could do a hiking vlog one day.
Maybe.
Cool.
I don't know. Again, vlogging isn't really my expertise. And the next semester I'll have my car. I don't know if that will be my parking lot over there or somewhere over here.
Yeah. I heard it's vicious out here getting a spot.
Well, if you guys haven't noticed already, I also cut my hair over the summer. If anyone saw me during Toonfest, they would have noticed that. It's been a long time since it was like this. For the past, like 4 years or something, it was very long, went down to, like, my shoulders and stuff. But having it cut actually feels nice. Like, it doesn't, like, get in the way constantly. I always have problems with it getting in my way when it was really long. Now I feel a lot better with it like this, actually. I'm surprised. But yeah. Doesn't get as messy either when I wake up or after I take off my hat. My hat light loves to mess with it. It's really nice. But I wanted to try the long hair for a bit. It was nice while it lasted, but I'm starting to realize that I like short hair a lot better. And my mom agrees with me, and a lot of my friends agree with me too. They think everyone thinks I look a lot better with it, and I agree with that as well. It's good. But this is a big change for me. You know, the whole college dorm and everything. My birthday is like almost a month. My birthday was like almost exactly a month after I moved in here. It's been a couple days since my birthday now, because I kind of got demotivated to do this because of classes and stuff. But I finally decided to come and do this part of the video. When I first moved in here, really, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I'd be. Like, I didn't feel like I felt like I was ready, but deep down I didn't think I was, like, ready, I guess. Like, I felt ready, but I didn't think I was ready deep down. Like, deep down I wasn't really ready. But when I moved here, I wasn't really that nervous. Like, I just felt normal. I was surprised, too. I thought I would be nervous, but it just feels normal. I mean, my home is only 2 hours away from here. That could be why. If I was, like, across the country or something, I might feel a little differently, because I don't have the option to go home during a long weekend or something. I suppose I could, but it would be a lot to get a plane and everything, so. So I've really just kind of just been living a normal life, really. Because I've gone to community college for 3 years, which of course was less of a commitment than this. But overall, it kind of just feels the same. It just feels like I go out, it just feels like I'm going out every day. Which is not something I did at home. Well, okay. It is something I did at home during community college, but I wasn't out for as long, I guess, as I am now. I'm definitely spending a lot more time away from my bedroom in the dorm than I did spend time at home before I got here, I guess. But other than that, I'm kind of just living how I've always lived. I have my laptop to play games. I don't have my personal computer, my desktop with me to make videos and everything, but I have my phone, I have my laptop to play games, I work on my desk, and I sleep at the same time I always sleep, which isn't the most ideal time. I've always wanted to fix that, but I've never been able to because I'm not good at it. If I really, really tried to, I could, but I'll have to get into it. I'll have to get into it one night. But yeah, sometimes I do get good sleep. Sometimes I don't, and most of the time I don't. But sometimes I do. When I do, it feels nice. When I don't, it still feels nice. But I wish I could sleep longer. But yeah, really big change. 22 years old. Well, I turned 21 last year. I feel like it's a bigger change than going 21 to 22. But considering I'm in a dorm now, and I turned a year older, that is definitely feels like a really big change in my life. I'm not even that far away from home either, so it's not like I have to be worried about anything. I feel a lot more responsible just with the thought of the fact that I'm living away from home and living in a dorm, and I'm not living at home. I'm kind of doing my own thing at this point. And I'm a full-time student too. When I was at community college, my first 2 semesters were full-time, and then it was like part-time. And then the number of courses I took each year decreased. Like, first year I was a full-time. The third year I wasn't full-time, but I was pretty close to it. It was part-time. In the third year, it was like, I only took like 2 classes. The third year, the last year of my community college was really just there for me to get the last few credits I needed to transfer here. So, yeah. In fact, the original plan was to be there for 2 years, but my advisor told me that it typically takes, at least for that school, it takes 3 years for it, so yeah. But my very last class ended in the summer. The only reason I took it was because of the fact that during the spring semester of 2025, so last semester when I was still in community college, I was enrolled in 2 classes, and if I completed those classes, I would have been able to transfer here. I was removed from one of the classes without being given an email, and I think the reason for that was because the class ended up not running, maybe not enough people signed up for it or something. And the day before classes started, I went to look at my classes to see when they start and everything, where they are, and I found out I wasn't enrolled in that class anymore. So I went to the register. I went to look for that class online to see if I could still enroll into it, and that class just wasn't there anymore. It didn't exist anymore. So I assumed that maybe it just wasn't running anymore. And this had happened to me before, but I received an email about it saying that it wasn't going to run. So, and that was pretty early on before the semester started, so I was able to go back and get a new class. I did not receive an email for this one. So I kind of panicked and picked another class that I thought would work. Turns out that class was not one of the requirements I needed, so I had to take a summer course. It was an online course, because I knew that I wouldn't, not only did I not want to take an in-person course, but also it would have conflicted with me going to ToonFest. And I did not want to let that happen, especially because of the fact that this is the summertime, and it's so close to ToonFest that I don't want to have to cancel ToonFest now. I don't want to cancel ToonFest regardless. So I had to take an online course, and that was the worst course I've ever taken, because of the fact that the professor was probably the most strict professor that they could possibly come across. She nitpicks. It was a writing course, and literature course, and it involves a lot of writing. Nitpicks everything that you write about. You can write the perfect essay you could possibly think of, and she will nitpick stuff and take points off for that. And a lot of students agree with me with that. If you look at Rate My Professor, almost nobody likes her. Some people described it as if you're writing your master's degree thesis, and she will still nitpick the smallest things from it and remove points for it. Worst class I've ever taken. My mom had to help me with that. My mom was a great writer, and even she struggled to satisfy the professor. It was ridiculous. But so kind of an unfair turnabout, but I survived it with the help of my mom, and now I'm here in this dorm room. But of course, I passed the class by evidenced by the fact that I'm here. If I didn't, there would be a lot of complications of me not being able to get here this semester, having to move in during the winter, which is more complicated and stuff like that. But I said this already. I feel I'm older now. I feel a lot more independent with me being in this new environment. I feel like I almost feel like a different person. I'm the same person. I feel like the same person and everything, but I also feel like I've become a different person in a better way. Where my old self is still here, but I have all this new experience now. It feels like I'm a new person, which is always nice. And as I get older, Toontown also gets older. Toontown, the game itself, is a year older than me. In June 2002 was released, and then a year later, in September 2003, I was born. So I kind of age alongside the game. And Toontown Rewritten as a game is 10 years younger than me, released September 19th, 2013. So my birthday is pretty close to Rewritten, and Toontown and I are also almost the same age. Toontown a year older than me, so me and Toontown age together. It's fun seeing this game grow as I do. I grow, I become a better person, the game grows, it adds more stuff, it gains a bigger audience, it gets widespread, adds more servers to it that also change the game in their own ways. It's fun to see how it changes over time, just like how I am becoming this new person over time. And while I'll be in college for the next, I'll be at least in this university for the next 3 years, getting my bachelor's for astrophysics. Might change it to astronomy. I've been thinking about the possibility. Probably won't, but I could. They're very similar fields, but they're still different. After that, I haven't really thought of it, really. The first thing that usually comes to your mind when you think of astronomy, the first thing that comes to your mind when it comes to a career in astronomy, I guess, is probably at NASA or an observatory or something. This is the first thing that came to my mind. I don't really know what to do when it comes to an observatory, really. Like, what kind of job really... I can look into it, of course, I can ask professors around, but like, at the top of my head, I can't really think of any real thing that you could apply. Real jobs that you could have in an observatory, maybe research and stuff, but like, what's something useful that I could do, I guess. And so that's where I got the idea of, I could do something with NASA, maybe. I have no idea how that process works. I don't know how hard that would be. You know, it's just the first thing that came to my mind, is that I could like, or do something with NASA. Maybe not something super important like the people on the highest of the chain, but you know, something that has to do with them. Again, I don't know anything about how I would... Someone's moving something. I have no idea how that process would work. It's my job at least to look into that when I get closer to needing to figure that out, I guess. But for now, I'm just trying to focus on my classes and working towards the degree so that when I get it, and then so that I can get the degree, and then I can figure out sometime before that happens what I should do next, so that I'm prepared for it when I actually get the degree. Or maybe I could also then try to go for my master's after that. Honestly, I haven't as you can see, I haven't actually figured it out yet. Maybe I'll pursue something in astrophysics, or maybe I'll just keep studying. Possible to say right now. I could say now, and then I could change my mind next year or something, and then change my mind again the year afterward. And then when I finally graduate, I can finally say, okay, do I actually want to do any of that? One thing I can say though is that during October 10th, I believe it is, October 10th to October 12th, I think. If I look at my calendar. Yeah, October 10th to October, okay, October 10th, I'm going to be driving, my mom's going to pick me up from here and drive me home. And I'll drive back that Monday night, so I'll be home for like, for like a net total of 3 days, because it's a long weekend. I might be back at my computer. I know my room at my house is undergoing renovations. I was hoping I would have access to my PC, which I could use to make a few videos at least while I'm at home, related to Cartoonival or something else related to Toontown. My room is undergoing renovations, so I have no idea if my computer would be available to me. I mean, it was undergoing other renovations last year as well, but I moved over to my siblings' room because I was still living at home, and we just moved my computer into there. I don't know if my computer will be available for that this year, because I'm not living at home anymore, and the renovation started after I'd already moved out, so I wasn't really there for for that process and everything, so. But I've still been playing, I'm still playing Toontown a lot on my laptop. I've been playing Wizard 101, not much of Minecraft or Roblox recently, but they are in my mind though. And my toon needs one more level on Cashbot, Lawbot, and Bossbot to reach level 50, and as you all know, I'm not doing Cellbot, so don't have to worry about that. And the activities are all done as well. He needs one more fishing laugh point. He has the fish in his bucket, but he hasn't actually got rid of it yet. And one more laugh he can get from Cellbot Task Force, and then he'll be max as far as the limitations I'm putting on him. I was hoping I would be able to do a fun event with my friends where I max all 3 of the bosses back to back. It really just depends if my computer is... When max all 3 of my bosses back to back on my computer at home. It just depends on if my computer is available to me at home. If not, then the day after I come back, I'll do it on my computer here or something. Because I wanted to be able to record it, and as you all know, I couldn't get OBS to work audio on my laptop, so. And being surrounded by a bunch of other students, day and night really, because when I'm sleeping and then I don't, it's really the only time I don't see another person. I decided to change up my style. I wear this leather jacket now. If you see my videos, or even me at ToonFest, you probably would have seen me wearing a gray, I don't know exactly what material it was, but it was a gray jacket that was softer than this. It was one of my favorite things to wear. I always wore it whenever I went out, unless it was too hot or something. But I think the jacket actually had a lot of holes in it. Because I've had it for so long, and so I'm surrounded by people. I thought I want to wear something that looks cooler, or it looks cool, I guess. So I wear this along with my hat, and people like it. People like it actually. Like, they compliment comment the jacket. They compliment the hat more than the jacket, but some people actually do notice the jacket and say, "Nice jacket, like it." So, new style for me. I'll definitely be keeping it, just like I kept the gray jacket for a while too. So, change of environment, changing of venue, moving to a new dorms, also changing how I look, how I dress too. I'm actually really proud of it. I really like it. My mom got it for me during Christmas 2024. I didn't really wear it at all because I still have the gray jacket. I wore it once at Toonfest 2025. But now I'm wearing it every day, and I couldn't be more happy with it, really. And of course, you guys also met Yume. She was in a previous section of this video. I met her at the community college I went to. And I didn't even know she was going here until after graduation. I saw her graduation, I'm like, oh, she's graduating at the same time. I had no idea. And I saw her like a couple minutes back in the cafeteria of the college, and I asked her where she was transferring to. She's like, UMass Amherst. I'm like, oh, I'm going there too, look at that. She majors in, I believe, landscape architecture. Again, I didn't know that until I already transferred here. But she's one of the few people on campus I actually regularly talk to. I mean, sure, I talk to people in class and everything, but she's the only person really outside of classes who I see outside of classes and actually like want to talk to them and everything. Everyone else, they usually talk to me first. Not because I don't like them or I don't like people, it's just I'm not a very sociable person. So they really need to start the conversation with me. And sometimes, like when it's with her, we actually become great friends because of it, because they approached me first. The only reason we're friends is because she approached me first. Back at the community college, and we're great friends now. So yeah, I probably could make more friends if I actually started the conversation, but it's not really something I'm not interested enough to actually seek it out. No, if someone approaches me first, we become great friends, that's great, but it's not something getting to the point where it's like I want more friends and I want to be friends with people. I want to, something. I would definitely put more effort into it if I really cared that much, but I talk a lot with my online friends. Those are the people I really truly care about, and if I do want some in-person interactions, I also do have a couple of friends who I do regularly interact with here. So I'm not just completely lonely all the time. I mean, I'm someone who likes to be alone, so not having many people to talk to isn't really much of a problem for me because I like to do things alone. I like to do homework alone. I like to just be alone when I'm at campus having food or something or walking around. I actually enjoy being alone, really. But that doesn't mean that if someone wants to talk to me it doesn't mean if someone wants to talk to me I won't want to talk to them. And it also doesn't mean that I don't want to make friends. It's just that it's not something that I'm actively seeking out, And I have a lot of friends online again that if I want interaction, I can just pull up Discord, talk to the people on Discord, and have a fun conversation. So, I don't feel like all depressed, being like, oh, I have no one to talk to, I'm all alone and stuff. Every now and then I do feel lonely, like I want human interaction, but that's mainly at night when I have no one to talk to, because it's at night and people are sleeping, so I feel like that's at least a little more natural than, being in broad daylight and feeling like you have no one to talk to when people are awake all around you, so. In fact, I even actually, yesterday of me filming this portion of the video, met up with one of my friends from high school. I haven't seen them in 4 years, so it was really cool to see them again. I actually received a DM from them on Discord asking me about being at UMass Amherst and asking me if I remember them. I do remember them. I just feel bad and I forgot to respond to them. But I did see them yesterday and I said, I got your DM, but I forgot to respond. I'm so sorry. But so yeah, we were glad to see each other. It was actually we were actually in a lecture hall to take an exam, so we couldn't really talk much. But afterward, we did kind of talk a little bit about what we've been doing and what we're studying and everything. So, yeah, it was honestly great to see him. Again, I don't have very many in-person friends. I don't have many here. I didn't have very many in high school either. I mean, yeah, I had a few people who I was close to and people who I like to hang out with, but I wasn't really the kind of person to really, outside of school hours, want to go hang out with someone. So I didn't have very many people who I really hung out with very much. But he was one of the few people who I actually liked to spend some time out of school. Well, technically not even out of school, we were still in the building, but after school hours with him and a couple other people in a small friend group. I haven't spoken to any of them since then, except for him, of course, because I saw him yesterday. But you know, I do wish I could see the other ones again. I have no idea where they are. Really, I would have to get in touch with them to see. But it was great to see him again. So I might consider seeing if maybe he's still in touch with them, or I can get in touch with them myself. But so I do have some options still, if I want more interaction. So back to me feeling like I'm being more independent. Wasn't exactly sure how to say this before, so I was trying to think about it. Now I think I know how I should say it, I guess. I feel more dependent, which means I feel more confident in my ability to, again, do stuff. I guess I kind of said this already. Do stuff on my own. That includes going for long drives. You know, I haven't really driven my car for like more than an hour in a single time. You know, usually, all the places I go to usually only take up to 30 minutes to drive to, and then 30 minutes back. I don't think I've ever actually driven my car for a full hour at once before. But now that I feel more independent, I feel more confident in my ability to do that. Because I have a few Toontown friends who live one state over or 2 states over, and I feel like I have the ability to go drive to see them, or maybe multiple of us can all drive to one place in the middle and see each other. I feel confident that I would be able to do something like that. Like the most I'm willing to commit to is 5 hours, but I can't. I really need to choose like a break to do that. I don't want to just spend 1 week and drive 5 hours, because then like 24 hours later I'm going to have to drive 5 hours back. So I feel like if I'm going to drive 5 hours somewhere, I want to spend a couple days there. So, but if the place is like 1 or 2 hours away, then yeah, maybe I could go there for a weekend. So definitely would be more busy outside of class time and during breaks and everything. When I was back at home, really I would just use breaks to sleep and play games really. But now I feel like I can actually be more busy and be more sociable with my friends from Toontown by making these drives. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love this game so much, is that, again, we're almost the same age. The game itself from Toontown Online is a year older than me, and Toontown Rewritten almost shares a birthday with me. So it just feels very personal to me like that like, we're aging at the same time, almost. We're growing at the same time, we're becoming better at the same time, we're expanding and we're you even say expanding our knowledge in the same way by having Toontown get new servers with new stuff with it, and me getting an education here and getting more experiences and stuff, and meeting new people. And just because of the fact that I've met so many great friends from Toontown, Toonfests, and the Airbnbs and stuff, that it's something that I want to commit to keeping active in my life, I guess. Not just seeing them during Toonfest, but also seeing them when I'm not busy, driving out to go see them, so that I can continue hanging out with them, and I don't have to wait a whole year to see them again. That is something that younger me would want to do, probably wouldn't be able to commit to, especially the version of me that got my main tune banned. If I could talk to him today, that version of me, I would want him to know that he's not a good person. Because, to be honest with you, I really wasn't a good person. I was kind of an elitist. If you see an elitist in me written, I wouldn't be like the most hardcore elitists, elite stuff like that, but I was definitely a kind of toxic person. That's one of the reasons why I did what I did, to get banned. But if I was able to talk to a version of me again, I would want to let him know that he's not a good person, that he needs to learn to become a better person like I did, and one day he's going to experience something that will give him no choice but to do that. I think if he could see me now, like, I don't know, he views the future and he sees where I am now, he wouldn't really believe that he would actually come here. Because when I was young, I really didn't want to go to college. I always thought college would be so hard, and I would find it boring and be too stressful and stuff like that. And I've been proven wrong in that part. I mean, some classes are hard and some are easy, some are fun, some are boring, But I was definitely proven wrong in how I thought college would actually go, at least so far. The class that I mentioned, I took this summer, is along the lines of what I expected college to be like, but more in person, not a remote class. Or not even remote, it's online class, but yeah. So more in person. But no, I guess I was proven wrong. So he would not believe that he would really go to college, that he would continue his education career. I don't even think he expected to get a job. Like, I think he probably just expected to just live at home forever. maybe not forever, but like maybe more like I'll figure out when I get there. But definitely not going to college. So yeah, he would not believe that I would become this, or that I wouldn't have my main tune to play on when it happens. My original Jake Cheesy Marble with 137 laugh, which was the max laugh when he got banned. Yeah, he'd have a lot of questions, I think. But yeah, I probably would have to speak to him and say, you know, you're actually happier now than you are. You're actually happier in this position than you are in your current position. He was egotistical. He was egotistical. He was arrogant. He was a little toxic. He wasn't like a hardcore elitist that you find him Toontown, but no, he's a little toxic, like many players can be on that game. And you know, he would need to be told at least that like where he is at that current time, he's not really a good person. He's not a good person, and that he also could be a lot happier, which is where I am. So I'm very glad. I also have one more. Oh yeah, one more thing that I want to show you guys. 1 second. So, a couple people on campus, not many people, but a couple people have referred to me as the Magic Man. When someone even asked me to pull a rabbit out of my hat, I actually laughed at that because of the fact that Magical Toon Fest in Orlando was a couple months ago. And my friend Yuna also said that someone else was referring to me when talking to her as the Magic Man as well. So, I have a little surprise here. Pulled a rabbit out of my hat. Oh, actually, here's a better one. How about this rabbit? Fitting for the current event that's going on in the game. But, so yeah, that's a little funny thing. I've only been able to do that trick with that friend that I showed on camera, Yuma. I do plan, if anyone ever asks jokes about that again, about pulling a rabbit out of my hat or something, I will do that. What I do is, when I wear this hat, I like to put the black and white rabbit in there, and just there we go. Wear the hat, and I can't even tell it's there, I can't even feel it. And just preparing for the moment that anyone makes that magic joke again. I'll take it off my hat and be like, sure thing, here you go. If I hold it the right way, at least. A little bit wrinkled, but it's fine. Yeah, I do. And also, remember how I was saying that I couldn't get OBS to work on my laptop? Well, look at this. What do you think? I'm using my laptop microphone right now, so it might not sound very good, and laptop camera. Might not sound very good. This is just work in progress of this. I can probably get a microphone and a headset so that sounds a little better, and the sound from the computer doesn't also just go back into the microphone. But I managed to get it to work. And this isn't just like a GIF or something. I'm actually playing the game right now. So yeah, I managed to get it to work. I don't know why I couldn't get it to work before. Like a couple months ago, I tried to get it to work and I couldn't. And then I just looked up, okay, how do I do this? And then I had followed some instructions I had to install a separate software that I could use to connect to OBS, and also connect to the audio of the computer so that it's able to like kind of simulate the fact that that's actually coming from the game. So yeah, maybe I can actually go back to making videos on this thing then. I didn't think I'd be able to, but I still do want to try to make those videos. I guess it means I won't have to use my PC to make videos exclusively, but I'm sure I can definitely. My PC is a lot easier to use than this still, so when I can, I'll try. When I'm at home, I will still try to take advantage of opportunities to make videos. So, yep, there's the in-game music, in-game sound. So here. Still need to work out a few things, but this is good actually. I'm mirrored. I'm looking at myself on the camera. I'm mirrored. When I look at the camera, I'm mirrored, but this is actually like what I would look like if you were to be looking at me. So I'm actually not. If you were a person looking at me from the computer screen, this is actually how it would look. So I guess it doesn't matter. That's fun. Yeah, good news in there. Yeah, this is This is me on my way to my new future, I guess. In a dorm room now for the next 3 years at least. Then I'll get my bachelor's and I'll decide if I want to get my own house, go back home. I really haven't thought that far ahead yet. I don't really need to yet. It's still 3 years. Or maybe I'll stay here for another couple years to get my master's, or go to another college or something to study more astronomy stuff. All I know is I won't have this room forever. You know, I only have this room for the year, and we switch around, of course. Different, maybe even be a different building. This specific building, as I said before, is for transfer students. I transferred from my community college, so I'm not going to be able to be here next year. The other buildings in the area, though, I could probably use, or maybe have to take a different building somewhere else on campus. But during orientation, though, I did sleep in another building for a night, and it definitely wasn't as great. I think this is one of the nicer. I was told this is one of the nicer buildings on campus. So because I think they want to have a good first impression for transfer students. Yeah, like the rooms weren't very good, and the bathroom also. Like I'm very concerned about how good the bathroom is. It was kind of disgusting, and even just like the way that the building. Like the common areas, I guess, of the building aren't as big either. Like basically everything about that this building does well, the other buildings don't do well, I guess. Or maybe you could say that this building just does everything the other buildings have, but better, basically. It would feel like a downgrade. And they're not suite either, so they're like a long hallway of just rooms. Because I showed you guys earlier that like it was basically a long hallway, but the doors led to another small suite of rooms for each suite, you know. But the one I was in for orientation was just a long, typical hallway of rooms on each side, and some single rooms, some double rooms, and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't really like those as much, but you know, there's not much I can really do. I can always request a suite style, maybe, but I don't know. I'll figure it out when in the summertime and stuff. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy this nice area, my first year in UMass Amherst. Yeah, it's a nice room, honestly. Like, it is small. It's not tiny. It's not huge either. But it's a nice space. I have enough space. I don't feel cramped. It's all great. I like it here. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but some people are making some noise. I don't even know where that's coming from, but so that means I can definitely go back to making videos a little more regularly. I mean, I don't really have a regular schedule for videos. I just kind of just make videos whenever, but. With this knowing that I can now use my MacBook laptop to make videos, I figure out how to get that to work. I could definitely make videos more commonly than I originally planned which was to do it only when I'm at home. So yeah, but wish me luck in my education. Get decent enough grades to actually. Get decent enough grades to actually get a real future and stuff. Like, you know, I can get a bunch of D's, and I guess technically that's passing, but I don't think the people I meet in my future will be very satisfied about that. So, you know, I always try to aim for a little higher, you know. And this semester is my most packed semester. Future semesters, I'm not going to take as many classes. So it is a little stressful now because I have a few more classes than I can handle, but I think it's all right though. And future semesters, I'm just hopeful that I'm just happy that future semesters won't be as hard on me. So I just got to get through the semester, do what I can, and yeah. But I am having a good time here. Like I'm actually having some fun being here. I think because when I was at home, I really didn't do anything other than play games, go for a walk, maybe do a couple of chores, play with my dog or whatnot. You know, I feel like I'm actually like doing stuff, being active. And even when I was at home in community college, you know, I did go out to do classes, I had to do work. A bit stressful too. I actually feel like I feel more alive, I guess, because I feel like I'm doing a lot more stuff. I'm going out more, as I said, seeing more people, seeing a lot more people, just being more social overall. So I'm glad I'm here. Even if I just forget the fact I'm getting an education. I'm still a lot more active, so I'm glad I'm here. This is a great change for me, I think. And again, my younger self would not believe it. Like he would think, no, I'm gonna stay at home. I'll figure out what to do later, but it's definitely not going to be college. Because when I was graduating high school, like I still didn't want to go to college when I was graduating high school until I realized that there was a community college really close to me that gave me the option to take college classes while staying at home. And I thought, that's a perfect idea, actually. I like that idea. Especially because my younger self didn't want to get a job. I'm not really looking forward to getting a job. So my younger self was like, okay, I either get a job or I go to college. So I guess I'm going to community college. Even today, I'd rather would not have a job. Even today, I'm glad that I chose college over a job, because I can't imagine myself doing very well in any job really. But I'm here in college, getting education, learning stuff. I'm doing pretty well. I think I definitely made the right choice, and especially when I'm done with college, then I can definitely use the stuff I learned here to get an actual really good career, So I definitely made the right call by choosing to go to community college instead of getting a job. I'm just hoping that this pays off at some point. I'm sure it will. I'll be doing something in the future. Only time will tell, really, but I'm just hoping that I will be satisfied with where I choose to go in the future. Whether that be, I don't know, doing something with an observatory, helping out someone else who's also working in astronomy. Definitely not teaching. I'm not good at teaching. I don't want to do that. Or working for NASA. Maybe I'll work my way up the ranks in NASA to the people who, I don't even know what they do at the higher parts of NASA, but all I know right now is that I'll probably get something in NASA, something small maybe, and if I want to, I can work up the corporate ladder like the cogs do, and see what they do at the higher levels, So, but yeah, I'm happy. Thank you for watching me, everyone who said happy birthday to me, listening to this this update rant. It's been a while since I've just done a rant like this, stared at the camera. I usually have my headset on with microphone on my PC, and I'm using my vlogging camera for this now. I think this is a good choice rather than using my laptop camera. So yeah, thank you again for all the birthday wishes and for wishing me luck in listening and watching this video. I'm glad I did it, because I wasn't really motivated to. I'm glad I was able to do that, like giving updates to people who watch my content, or just friends in general, really. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in whatever next video I make, whether that be at home on my PC or another on my laptop. There's currently the Partner Palooza going on. I might actually record that. I'm currently recording this section of the video Thursday night, October 20th. So the next event that I want to record the CEO, where everyone can't use TuneUp. You can't use TuneUp in the CEO. Now that I know how to do that, I might actually do that on my Mac. So yeah, I'll see you guys whenever and whatever video I decide to make next, including that one, I guess, is when I'll see you guys again. Thank you. So wish me luck.